Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply. This video is to bring you a closer look at the Kaba Ilco number 861Q-03-10. This is an aluminum straight cylinder collar and a polished brass finish. So it's certainly not what we would call true polished brass, meaning it's not made of solid brass. It's aluminum, but it's a very good, faithful polished brass. Would be very appropriate for use where you have obviously brass hardware and a brass cylinder, exit devices, things of that nature. Now the 861 means that this is a straight, or means that it's a cylinder collar. The Q, or the letter in the part number, refers to the thickness. Q in Kaba Ilco speak is 3/8 of an inch when it comes to their cylinder collars. Okay, 3/8. Overall diameter, overall about 1 3/8 inches. Inside is going to be real close to 1 1/8 inches or so. Yeah, just heavy on 1 1/8 inches inside collar. Where would you use a cylinder collar like this? Well, lots of places actually. An exit device is an excellent example. Usually 3/8 is a little bit thicker than normal, but if you had an interchangeable core cylinder, like in the trim of an exit device, interchangeable core cylinders are longer than standard generally, or maybe a 7-pin. You would need a thicker collar, is the bottom line. And that sort of situation is very common with interchangeable core cylinders. You could also have you might be repurposing a cylinder. You might have 1 1/4 inch long cylinder and you're going to install it into some sort of storefront application, and polished brass as the finish of the hardware. This would be appropriate for that as well. Okay. Now, there is an easy way to find the different thicknesses of this material. Above this video is a horizontal line of navigation, and if you were to view that, it's what we call breadcrumbs. It's the category structure, so you can see cylinders, collars, mortise cylinder, solid, and if you clicked on the word solid, then when that page loads, the upper left-hand corner, Refine Results, allows you to drop down the different thicknesses. Okay. Then, as that page loads, allows you to drop down to the different finishes. That will be an easy way to find the straight collar that you want, in the thickness that you want, in the finish that you want. Okay. Very typical and common for that as well. Now, there is more to the part number. 861Q, straight cylinder collar, 3/8. 03, polished brass. The -10 means that these are bagged from the factory in multiples of 10. They're sold as each ring, however. There is a link below this video to the manufacturer's page, which is very handy because it will allow you to pull up the Kaba Ilco, what is termed, it is termed I believe it's called Brass Cylinder Price List. Yep, that is what it's called. There's many links on that page, but the Brass Cylinder Price List will allow you to look in the manufacturer's original catalog at all of the different collars that they have. Not only the solid collars that they have, but tapered collars, spring adjustable straight and tapered collars as well, along with some other miscellaneous items. On that same link to the manufacturer's page, you're going to find a variety of other downloadable resources as well. Their key blank catalog, that is a very important and valuable resource if you are trying to identify a key blank, what the broach or the keyway section looks like of the key blank. That's something that's very helpful to find when looking for key blanks. There is also a link to their aluminum storefront hardware, which is a relatively new line for Kaba Ilco, and one that I'm partial to because they've done a couple of things where they've taken a fresh approach to storefront hardware and consolidated some operations into a single unit. So it's maybe partial to it, and it's very good quality material as well. Now, why would you use a collar like this? Well, obviously to space out the cylinder from the face of whatever you're installing it onto, the face of the alarm, the face of the mortise lock, the face of the exit device trim, or the cylinder bypass, or whatever. The proper operation of a cylinder collar like this is so that it's loose, not so much that it will rattle on the face of the door or the hardware, but just loose enough such that should someone want to put a pipe wrench on the head of your cylinder, and this is ever so slightly greater than the head of a common mortise or rim cylinder, that the pipe wrench would be interfered by this, and because it's not tight on the door, will rotate if someone were to try to attack the head of the cylinder and turn it and break it off. If you can rip the head of the cylinder out of the lock, you can generally get past the lock in that fashion as well. So the installation allows this to turn, and that's normal. If you have any questions on the Kaba Ilco 861Q-03-10 3/8 thick polished brass aluminum base cylinder collar, or any other Kaba Ilco product, please feel free to reach out to us. Thank you.